As the credits of the horror movie rolled, Emily let out a sigh of relief. She had been on the edge of her seat throughout the entire film, but she was glad it was finally over. She turned off the TV and flopped onto her bed, ready to go to sleep. As she closed her eyes, she felt a strange chill run through her body. She shrugged it off, thinking it was just her mind playing tricks on her after watching such a scary movie. But as she drifted off to sleep, a dark presence crept into her room. It hovered over her, watching her with an intense gaze. Emily's eyes snapped open as she felt a weight on her chest. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. She was paralyzed with fear as she realized the dark presence was now inside her. She could feel its presence seeping into her mind and taking control of her body. Her eyes glowed an eerie red and she sat up abruptly, her body moving on its own accord. She could feel the dark presence's thoughts mixing with her own, as if they were one entity now. Emily stumbled out of bed, her movements jerky and unnatural. She had no control over her body anymore. The dark presence was in control, and it was hungry for fear and chaos. Her parents were awakened by the commotion and rushed to her room, only to find their daughter standing in the middle of the room, her eyes glowing and her body shaking.
Emily, are you okay?
Her mother asked, her voice trembling with fear. But it wasn't Emily who answered. It was the dark presence inside her.
I am not Emily. I am the spirit from the movie. I have been summoned, and now I will feast on your fear.
Emily's parents were horrified. They didn't know what to do. Their daughter was possessed by a malevolent spirit, and they were powerless to stop it. The dark presence took control of Emily's body and started wreaking havoc on the house. It knocked over furniture, broke windows, and even attacked Emily's parents. They could do nothing but watch in horror as their daughter's body was used as a vessel for the angry spirit. But suddenly, a memory from the horror movie came to Emily's mind. It was a scene where the protagonist used a mantra to ward off evil spirits. She desperately tried to remember the words and chant them in her head. As she did so, the dark presence inside her started to weaken. Emily's parents saw an opportunity and quickly performed an exorcism on their daughter. It was a terrifying and chaotic experience, but in the end, they were able to banish the spirit back to where it came from. As the spirit left Emily's body, she collapsed to the ground, unconscious. Her parents quickly rushed her to the hospital, where she was examined and declared safe. When Emily woke up, she had no recollection of what had happened. She was confused as to why she was in the hospital, and why her parents looked so relieved. It was only when they explained what had happened that she realized she had been possessed by the spirit from the horror movie. From then on, Emily never watched a horror movie again. She learned her lesson the hard way, but she was grateful to have her body and mind back under her control. She knew she would never underestimate the power of a horror movie again.